What's up, YouTube? Shout out all my riders. Any new subscribers? I am back with another video. It's been a little while that I came up on here and just did some talking. I want to talk in this video in particular. I just really want to discuss a little bit about new drivers expecting to come into trucking and just start getting paid real good money off the rip. And luckily for me, coming into this, I did a lot of research. I talked to a lot of truckers. I have a cousin who's also an owner operator. So I didn't come in here, I didn't come into this oblivious with all these high expectations. And I didn't even come in here with really much any expectation but to drive a truck and get experienced, get endorsements, and just excel from there. But I didn't come into this, thinking I was gonna just get in the truck day one and just start making all this money. It doesn't happen like that. And I think a lot of new truck drivers, we get confused because we end up talking to truck drivers and we end up meeting people who are truck drivers and they were truck drivers for a while. So they could be making that much money, or they could be owner operators and they could be making great money. And we take that and we're saying, hey, this is gonna be us too. So we have this expectation that once we start getting driving and we're gonna be in this big giant truck, we're gonna be driving. We're done with school. We got the CDL now, or we got the endorsements with the CDL now. So now I'm entitled to be making all this money. Yeah, I needed that little sip real quick. I was yelling a lot last night. It was the holidays. But yeah, so a lot of new truckers, they come into this and they say, I should be making all this money. Oh, I'm not gonna take that job because they're not paying good. Well, I'm gonna break it down to you like this, new drivers. They're not gonna pay us that good off the rip. If you have connections, or you ended up meeting somebody, or you have family members that have a connection, or you end up finding connections, I mean, it's possible, obviously, you know what I'm saying? In this world, if you know somebody who knows somebody, come on, of course, it's obvious, you know what I'm saying? But most of us come into this, we don't know somebody that knows somebody, So we just gotta really grind from the ground up. And you gotta think about it like this. That's pretty much what any industry you go into. You're not gonna go into any industry. I don't care what it is. Entry level. You're not going to any industry, entry level, and just stop making bank off the rip. It does not happen like that. You're gonna have to start at the bottom. Whether it's sales, whether it's corporate, whether it's a warehouse, whether it's truck driving, construction. No matter what industry you go in, you're gonna have to start at the bottom and grind your way up. That's just how it goes anywhere. So I think that the misconception is new drivers get the license and they think, all right, I got the CDL now, I'm gonna stop making bank. Doesn't work like that. You gotta get that year in, sometime even two, depending, what company it is, because some companies they want two. But for the most part, once you get that year in, you're pretty much, good to go for the most part. But a lot of the times we just get caught up in this. Oh, I'm a truck driver now. I got the CDL, so I'm gonna be making bread. It's not happening like that, man. It just really doesn't. And it's just unfortunate that a lot of drivers don't really do their research necessarily. They just look at the glitz and the glamour of driving trucks, and they don't consider the work you're gonna have to put in, the sacrifice you're gonna have to make, the connections you're gonna have to make, in order to get to know people. Man, my voice is crazy, man. All that yelling last night. The connections you're gonna have to make in order, to get yourself put in a position, to have the best trucking career you can have. Now, it's so many ways you can make money in trucking. I know people like to make these videos, oh, trucking's dead, trucking's not the same. And I did some research on that as well, and I was finding videos from 12 years ago. 12 years ago. And I know there's probably videos older than that. But when I was doing research, I was finding videos from 7 years, 8 years, 12 years ago, all saying the same thing. Oh, trucking's dead. Trucking, there's no money in trucking. Trucking is tanking. Trucking's no longer this. 12 years ago, they were saying this same exact thing that I see today. Now, granted, I'm a rookie. Understand that. So you might say, oh, you don't have no place to talk because you ain't been out here long enough. You have no idea. I understand that, people who've been driving longer than you, they have more experience. They have more knowledge. So, what I'm saying? They're more, knowledgeable on what's really going on out here. But that don't mean just because I haven't been here 5 to 10 years that I don't have some kind of knowledge, because I did do my research. Before coming into trucking, I did my research. That's why I knew not to come in here, not to come into this industry expecting making all this money off the top. That's why I understood that. I understood when I came into this industry, I'm going to have to grind. I understood if I really want to maximize my earning potential, I need to go and get all my endorsements. I understood that getting a TWIC card will do me some good, and getting the passport, that way if I needed to go into Canada or something, it'll do more good for me, and it'll increase my earning potential as well. I understood that. You know what I'm saying? I understood that I need to learn the laws and the regulations of the road. I understood that. I understood I would have to make these sacrifices when I'm on the road, because it's nothing like any other industry. I understood that. Yeah.
Where's the train?
Huh?
Where's the train?
The what?
Where's the office?
Oh. So you gotta go back up that hill right there, and you turn the first door right there.
You walk right there?
Yeah, you can just walk over there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. All right, I had to give some directions real quick, but yeah. So again, I came into this with understanding. So I think you new drivers, I highly recommend, if you're a new driver, or if you're in school or you're thinking about going to school, I think it is in your best interest to not come into trucking with that mindset that you're gonna be making bread off the top, because it's not going to happen. You might could find a job, yeah, depending on where you live. You might could find a trucking company that's paying great starting off, which is wonderful, because they're out there. They're out there, but that's not everywhere, and it's far and few in between. But I do highly recommend that when you're coming into trucking, that you do all your research on what this industry is really about. Talk to people who are actually, truck drivers, and they'll tell you the same thing. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you, like, you're not going to make all that money like you think you are your first year. You're saying you're just not. Like I said, unless you know somebody who knows somebody, because it just like in any industry too, it's a lot of connections. You got to make a lot of connections. Do your research. The company, whatever company you plan to go with, do your research on that company. See what their cap is, and see if that's what you want to do. You just gotta do your research. I think the more knowledgeable you are coming into this, the less your expectations will be, because you have an idea. You know what I'm saying? You have more of an idea. I also would recommend new drivers come into trucking with a plan. When I was hearing come into trucking with a plan, I was hearing that, but I wasn't 100% sure what they meant by come into trucking with a plan, have a strategy, so that way when you get out. And I'm thinking, why would I want to come into trucking to get out of trucking? But that type of information, I think, in my own personal humble opinion, I think that type of information really takes you getting in the truck and on the road and living that lifestyle in order to understand that. And I'm starting to see that now and understand that. Now, I'm not saying trucking's bad. I'm not saying I wish I never did it. And I'm not saying that, I don't want to still do it. I still want to do truck. I still want to, as new as I am. And I'm seeing it for, I'm starting to see, oh, okay, this is really what it is. It's more than just getting inside of this truck and driving and bumping docks and opening up trailers. It's more to it. It's these laws and regulations. It's learning, learning what you need to be doing to keep yourself and your license safe. And, it's just a lot that goes into it, So I just think you should do your extended research. Know what you're really coming into, and don't just come into it thinking off the top of the head that, hey, I got my CDL now, I'm gonna just stop making all this money, because that's not how it works. Because if that's how it works, every single person, Yeah, I'm shaking because I'm getting loaded right now. If that's how it works, every person who recently got their CDL all will be making 80 to 100,000 right out of school. You know how many people think about it logically? If that's how it really was, everyone would be trying to go to get a CDL. Everybody, because to them that'll be like, hey, this is quick, easy money. Everyone and their mama will be trying to run and go get a CDL. You know, so you gotta really just think about it like that, man. Like really think about it. What train? What industry are you really gonna go in with no experience, making the top dollar? You're not gonna get no company, no industry that's gonna do that for you with limited to no experience. It's just impossible. So yeah, so do your research. Don't come in here with that expectation. Do your research, and have a plan. Even if you decide, oh, I love trucking. I don't see myself getting out of it. That's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. There's people who do be truck drivers, until they retire because they actually really do enjoy it. I personally enjoy it. I don't mind. I like sitting in the truck driving, dropping off these loads, picking up these loads versus climbing cell towers. I used to climb cell towers at one point for T-Mobile. So I used to climb these cell towers, strapped to harnesses, and go high up in the air onto these onto buildings, onto towers, and connect these antennas. And I didn't enjoy it completely because it was labor and it was me climbing. And I'm not afraid of heights, but at the same time, it's not something I was really getting used to. Then I did construction, groundwork. That's manual labor. That's putting your body into it. You know what I'm saying? That's using muscle, which I don't mind to do either. But at the end of the day, just like too much of anything always takes a toll. So I did a lot of different jobs. Where this one is for me, it's less strenuous. Um, it's less strenuous. I don't have to do back-breaking work, and I don't mind it. I get to drive around and look around and just see shit. Granted, I can't get out and really enjoy the full experience of it, but nonetheless, I get to see shit. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm done, I just bring the truck back and I go about my way. Once I drop the truck off, I'm done. That's it. I don't have to bring the truck with me and feel like I'm just constantly at work. And that's another reason why I wouldn't want to go over the road like that. That's another story. That's another story for another video right there. I don't want to go too deep into that, because I just don't. But yeah, man, new drivers, man, just get yourself some knowledge about trucking, because you don't want to come in here with these expectations and then you get in the truck and you go over the road, or you go your regional route, or you do local and you realize, oh, this is different. This ain't really what I thought it was. It's because you had these expectations. You get glamorized. Also, I want to preface this too. Don't get misled either by social media, because social media, people on social media, they hype everything up. There's people who are genuinely happy doing this, of course, genuinely enjoying it. Like, I'm enjoying it. That's why a lot of the time you see in my videos, I look happy. I feel it's upbeat. You could feel the good positive energy. It's because naturally, I'm for the most part, I'm naturally an upbeat positive person, and I am actually enjoying it. So you're gonna feel that radiate. You're gonna see that. But there's times where people will just glamorize everything and they don't show you the bad. Like, they just don't show you the downside. They make it seem like this is just perfect all the way around and it's just so great, when that's not even the case, man. It's not even the case. And already I've been through a lot of situations where I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But don't get misled too much either by social media, TikTok, and all that, because people do glamorize trucking a lot. I've got caught. That's how I even got caught up necessarily, before even going in. I'm like, yeah, look at that. Oh man, it's so wonderful. But it's all smoke and mirrors too at the same time. Some of it is actually, it's reality, but a lot of it is just glamorized. People just glamorize trucking. And just coming, like I said, man, I don't want to keep repeating myself over. I just want new truckers, like myself as well. Just come in this, keep learning. Learn as much as you could, develop a plan. If you plan to stay in trucking, that's a good salute. You know, after a while, people get bored. They want to try something different. So you know, just have it come in, learn as much as you could, get your experience, stack your bread, make a plan for yourself. Cause even if you do want to stay into trucking, you know, have a plan. Do switch it over. Do flatbed. Try flatbed or switch it up. Do tankers. You know, there's nothing wrong with that either. There's no one size fit all. You know, one man's plan ain't another man's goal either. You know what I'm saying? Just because someone's saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go buy a truck and be an owner operator," don't mean you gotta go buy a truck and be an owner operator either. You know, just do what works for you. Do what's best for you at the end of the day. But I just want to just make sure I can get that out there as a new driver myself. I just want to make sure I give that information and to other new drivers coming into this. Like, hey man, listen, I was right there too, and it's just don't come in it with that high expectation. Like you're just gonna stop making bread off the rip. You gotta put that work in. You gotta hustle. You gotta get that experience up, and before you can even start seeing the real bread. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this video could help somebody out there who's new into trucking or someone who's already in trucking and just ain't got it yet in their mind. You know, this is all information that's out there. I ain't the first who's gonna say it, and I'm not gonna be the last. But this is just something that I definitely learned, I definitely researched, and I definitely am gaining knowledge on. You know, so I do think I can talk about it. Being a new truck driver and all, I can't talk about this because I'm living it right now. I don't need 5 to 10 years to understand what I just, you know, gave out right now. Free information, man. Free 99. Go to Google, do your Googles, do your YouTube. Like this, the information is out there. You can find it all for yourself as well. You know, just get informed on the industry that you're in, so you really know what industry you're in. So that way you know if it's really for you, or you can know what kind of, you know, outlook you can really have. You know. So yeah, man. I'll be back with another one.